special episode of UAP Angaling,
where future educators share their ideas, experiences, and strategies on how to become effective and competent teachers.
Today, we will talk about the competencies expected from beginning teachers, particularly those who are preparing to teach in basic education.
Teaching is more than simply standing in front of a classroom and discussing a lesson. It requires patience, creativity, classroom management, communication, collaboration, and continuous professional growth.
And of course, the ultimate goal of to help every learner succeed.
So, are you ready to meet our amazing future teachers?
Let's give them a round of applause. Our focal person teacher. First, Miss Lailani Banani.
Mr. Arvin de la Cruz,
Miss Dandara Villanueva.
Mr. Lawrence Hidalgo,
Mr. Donald Milon.
Mr. Willie Alvo,
Mr. Adrian Quintana.
and Mr. Alvin Noguera.
Teacher, take your seats. Let us begin with one of the challenges that many schools are facing today, the reading difficulties of the learners.
As future teachers, how can we improve the reading skills of our learners?
Miss Lailani Banani, you're first.
Thank you. As a future teacher, I believe that improving reading skills start with knowing the learner's reading need. First, I will diagnose their strength and difficulties. Then I will provide appropriate materials based on their table. And I will also use different strategies like phonics, vocabulary, guided reading, shared reading, and comprehension activity. And importantly, I want learners to enjoy reading by using histories, poems, short articles, and materials related to their interests.
So, reading should not feel like a punishment. It should be an enjoyable experience.
Exactly, when the learners enjoy reading, they become more motivated to practice.
Wonderful. That is definitely Angaling.
Now, let's move to another important competency, the classroom management.
A good teacher is not only knowledgeable, but also know how to create an organized and positive learning environment.
Mr. Arvin, how would you establish rules and routines in your classroom?
For me, I would establish classroom rules and routines by making them simple, clear, and consistent. In the beginning of the school year, I would involve my learners in doing or creating our classroom rules para maramdaman nila na they are part of the process and they are responsible for following those rules.
Why is consistency important?
Most importantly, I would be consistent but also understanding. I will make sure that the classroom rules apply fairly to everyone. Kasi kapag consistent ang rules and routines, the classroom will become organized, the learners will comfortable, and mas maximize yung time for learning.
Very practical. Thank you, Mr. Arvin.
We all know that the learners are different.
Some learn quickly, some need more time, some prefer visual materials, while others learn better through activities and discussion.
Miss Sandara, how you identify learner diversity and use developmentally appropriate strategies?
I would begin by knowing my learners through observation and simple assessment. I would identify their learning styles, interests, strength, and area for improvement. Gamit rin ako ng mga appropriate strategies tulad ng pictures, diagram, group activities, and guided practice depende sa needs ng learners. Siguraduhin ko rin na ang activities ay appropriate sa kanilang age, ability,
teacher's mindset.
Now, let's imagine that you are assigned as a grade level chairman or supervisor.
Your responsibility is not only to manage your own classroom, but also to help other teachers implement the learning guidance provided by the Department of Education.
Mr. Lawrence, how will you make sure that the teachers you lead actively participate?
As a grade level chairman or supervisor, I would begin by establishing open communication and teamwork. First, I would make sure that everyone understands the content and guidelines through meetings, orientation, and discussion. The second one, I would encourage the teachers to share their ideas, their challenges, and their best practices. And lastly, I would monitor the implementation through a collaborative planning and checking their instructional materials and classroom observation and also the regular feedback.
That is important. Leadership is not just about giving instructions.
Yes. Kasi kapag sinabing effective leadership, meaning they have guiding, cooperation, supporting, and working together towards common goals.
Excellent! That's the kind of leadership we need in schools.
Our next topic is communication.
Teachers need to regularly communicate students' progress with learners, parents, and other professionals.
Mr. Jordan, how will you communicate student academic performance with stakeholders?
Help the student performance through regular and respectful communication. For the students, I will give a feedback. I will tell their strengths and what they need to improve. For parents, I will share updates through meetings, reports, and schedule of school platforms. With other teachers and staff, I will share the information professionally and keep it private. The goal of my communication is to be honest, clear, and help the students to improve.
So, communication is not only about reporting grades.
Correct. It is a partnership with the students, parents, teachers, and also the other stakeholders.
Wow, that is beautiful said.
Teaching is a profession that involves working with many different people.
Learners, parents, fellow teachers, and administrators, and the community.
Now, Mr. Willie, what method will you use to show commitment and support and foster harmonious relationships?
I believe harmonious relationship is with respect, commitment, communication, and cooperation. With my students, I will guide them and treat them fairly. With my co-teachers, I will listen to them, respect their ideas, and share mine too. And with the parents, I will communicate with them professionally and respect them. And I will avoid issues and listen when a conflict arises. So I will be consistent I will also avoid unnecessary conflicts and be an active listener. Most importantly, I will be a responsible teacher. I will listen, I will be committed, and I will be punctual and be ready always to help my students and co-teachers and also the parents.
Okay. In other words, we should not only people to tell them to respect, we should show it.
Exactly. It should be a commitment. Thank you.
Another UEP.
Hungary. Our final competency is focused on something every teacher should never stop doing learning.
Because even teachers are lifelong learners.
Mr. Adrian, ensure your professional development?
I will actively seek opportunities to develop my knowledge, skills, and teaching practices. And also, I will attend seminar, workshop, and also the webinar for developing my skills. And particularly the reflective practices to know what did work and what did not work. And also I read the educational research to improve, and also the technology.
So, professional development doesn't stop after earning a degree.
Exactly. Becoming a teacher as a committed to ourselves to improve learning and also the skills of the teaching.
Well, thank you very much. We have discussed many competencies today, but we still have one more teacher with us.
So, Mr. Ali, we want to hear your personal commitment as a beginning teacher.
Okay, as a beginning teacher, syempre, may mga things pa naman tayo na kailangan matutunan in terms of field of education. But as a beginning teacher, kailangan din natin maging committed, like being responsible, being respectable, and kailangan natin maging eager to learn more. For example, kapag sa mga students natin, kailangan natin silang pakinggan, and kailangan natin silang respect sa kanilang mga differences. Why? Because students have different learning styles. Kaya meron tayong multiple intelligences kasi hindi lahat ng mga students is pare-parehas sa way of learning. Meron din yung classroom management. Kailangan natin itong kailangan dapat effectively na magawa. Kasi kung hindi mo magagawa yung classroom management, hindi magiging maayos yung isang classroom. And kailangan mo gawin yun first day of the school year para malaman ng mga students kung ano yung mga kailangan nilang gawin inside the classroom. For like do's and don'ts. Yung do's na kailangan gawin, syempre kailangan nilang i-respect yung mga students, kung students nila, and syempre yung teachers. And yung don'ts naman, syempre kailangan nilang makinig. So, don't need na pakingay or magkaroon ng mga unnecessary noises. And kailangan din ng beginning teacher, syempre, makipag-communicate sa mga stakeholders, especially sa parents. Syempre, kapag nakapag-build na tayo ng relationship sa mga parents, mas mapadali na lang yung communication natin sa kanila para masabi na yung mga achievements or yung mga negative comments about sa mga anak nila. And another one is also to communicate with our fellow teachers. Bakit? Syempre, as a beginner teacher, kailangan natin makipag-communicate and also build a relationship na rin sa mga teachers para kahit paano, syempre, hindi pa naman tayo ganun ka-adapt dun sa school natin na pinatuturuan natin. So, kailangan natin makipag-socialize, syempre, para kahit paano, hindi pa rin nagkakaroon ng struggle as a beginner teacher. And most importantly, syempre, kailangan natin i-follow yung professional standards. Professional standards means kailangan natin professional inside and out sa classroom or sa labas. Syempre, nakikita na yung students natin na role model is being a teacher. So parang ganun yung mindset kasi nila. So dapat nagiging professional yung mga teachers inside and out, even if they're beginners. And lastly, ang pinakabala, syempre, yun, improve the learnings of the teacher by doing this, yan Sir Adrian kanina na we need seminars para mas ma-improve pa yung skills natin. In that way, may bibigay natin yung needs ng mga students natin in terms of kung ano yung kailangan nila, sa mga studies nila, or kung mas sila mas mapapagaling.
Wow!
That is a powerful message.
Before we end our show, let's have a quick rapid fire round.
We will give you a word, and you give us the quality of a great teacher associated with it.
So bago tayo mag-proceed sa ating rapid question round, bigyan natin ng malakas na palakpak ang ating mga future beginning teachers. Thank you po sa inyong pagpunta dito sa UAP Andaling Talk Show. Ready na ba kayo? Ready! Okay. Learners,
Classroom.
diversity,
inclusion, leadership,
Teamwork.
communication,
Respect.
relationship,
Trust.
professional development,
Growth.
and finally, teaching.
Commitment.
excellence.
Today, we learned that being a beginning teacher is not simply about learning a degree or knowing the subject matter.
It's about understanding the learners, creating a positive classroom environment, working with the colleagues, communicating with stakeholders, and continuously developing ourselves as professionals.
A teacher must be ready to adapt to the changing needs of education.
And most importantly, a teacher must always remember that behind every lesson is a learner with dreams, abilities, challenges, and potential.
May you continue to learn, lead, inspire, and make a difference.
To our amazing future teacher, thank you for sharing your insights.